Russia, at the dawn of the 20th century, was a land trembling beneath its own weight, an empire ruled by divine right, yet rotting from within. And from the frozen villages of Siberia came a man who would crawl his way into the heart of the Romanov dynasty, a man history would remember as Grigori Rasputin. But Rasputin was not born powerful. He was born nothing. Grigori Yefimovich Rasputin entered the world in 1869 in the remote Siberian village of Pokrovskoye, uneducated, illiterate, a peasant with a reputation for theft, drunkenness, and violence. Yet even as a young man, people whispered about him. They said he could see visions, that animals calmed around him, that he possessed eyes that could pierce the soul. Rasputin claimed to be touched by God, but his path to holiness was anything but pure. In his 20s, Rasputin abandoned his family and began wandering Russia as a self-proclaimed holy man, a starets. He traveled from monastery to monastery, preaching a dangerous belief that sin was necessary to reach salvation. The more you sinned, the closer you came to God. This twisted theology attracted followers, especially women. Soon stories of sexual rituals, drunken sermons, and hypnotic trances followed him everywhere. To the church, he was a fraud. To the poor, a prophet. And to destiny, he was just getting started. In 1905, Rasputin arrived in St. Petersburg, the glittering capital of Imperial Russia. At the same time, the Romanov dynasty was facing a nightmare. The heir to the throne, Tsarevich Alexei, suffered from hemophilia, a disease where even a small wound could mean death. Doctors were helpless, the royal family was desperate, and desperation opens doors, even to monsters. Rasputin was summoned to the royal palace. When Alexei began bleeding uncontrollably, Rasputin prayed beside him, calmly, silently, confidently. And then, the bleeding stopped. No one could explain it. To Empress Alexandra, this was not coincidence. It was divine intervention. From that moment on, Rasputin became untouchable. The Empress believed Rasputin was chosen by God to protect her son, and therefore the Russian Empire itself. She listened to him, trusted him, obeyed him. Rasputin now had direct access to the throne. Ministers were appointed or dismissed based on his words. Political decisions were influenced by a peasant mystic who drank, fornicated, and openly mocked nobility. Russia's elite watched in horror. As World War I erupted, Rasputin warned Tsar Nicholas II not to enter the war. The Tsar ignored him, and Russia collapsed into chaos. While soldiers died by the millions, Rasputin ruled from the shadows. Scandals exploded across St. Petersburg. Noblewomen, actresses, and aristocrats were seen entering Rasputin's apartment late at night. Police reports described orgies, violence, and drunken rampages. Yet no matter how deep he fell, he always rose again. Because the Empress believed one thing: if Rasputin died, her son would die too. By 1916, hatred toward Rasputin had reached a boiling point. Nobles believed he was destroying Russia from within, a demon wearing the mask of a holy man. So they decided to kill him. On a cold December night, Rasputin was invited to a palace under false pretenses. He was poisoned with cyanide-laced cakes and wine. He did not die. He was shot at point-blank range. He stood up. He was shot again, still alive. Finally, his body was beaten, tied, and thrown into the freezing Neva River. When his corpse was recovered, water was found in his lungs. Rasputin didn't die from poison. He didn't die from bullets. He drowned. Rasputin's final prophecy haunted the Romanovs. If I am killed by nobles, your family will fall within 2 years. In 1918, the Romanov family was executed by revolutionaries. The empire collapsed, the dynasty ended, and Rasputin's legend was sealed forever. He was not a saint, he was not a devil. He was something far more dangerous, a man who understood fear, faith, and power. And in the darkest moment of Imperial Russia, that was enough to shake an empire to its core.